And we are off with another episode of Booze Your Daddy, the podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Alan Snyder, here with my boy, bonk him for free. It's Zach Elias. What's up, buddy?
But let me videotape. It's not just free. The videotape is crucial. And I don't know. Jets fired their GM today. Hell was, Rome is burning. Anything goes. Let's go.
Booze Your Daddy, the podcast. Tuesdays we do it live. Saturdays we post it later. Got a whole gaggle of episodes. If this is your first time, if this is your last time, give us a good rating. Share the episodes. Share anything you want from us. And just remember, if everybody ever drops off a package for you from Amazon and there's something good in there, stop that guy and tell him, listen to Booze Your Daddy, because we like when people love us, but we love when people hate us.
Or if you're just stealing it off someone's porch, let them know, like, hey, it's all your package, but listen to these guys.
Well, I'm just going to cut everything off before we really get into it because I had somebody text me. They were worried about porch pirates. Zach, what's the number one way to my heart?
Amazon.
Free
scratchers.
Somebody, our number one fan and his lovely Parmesan wife, sent us a nice little gift. I got something in the mail this past weekend. Are you ready for some BYD swag?
So I noticed he didn't send me anything, nor did Tommy Two Tits. That's excellent.
That is Booze Your Daddy, the podcast, a hat, which is going to look fantastic when we go to New Orleans. And wouldn't you know, can you read what this says for me?
No. Add one fat Zach too. Oh, and one for Zach too. Cool.
There you go, buddy.
So we'll be those chooches. Nice. Not fitted.
Not even a snap.
Pretty good though.
It's a hat. I'm excited for it. I'm going to wear it everywhere. It has my picture.
What a line. It's a hat. I'm excited for it. Perfect.
Got a great episode planned for tonight. But before we get into it, Zach, we now return to another episode of Watch, Zach, and Alan Drink.
I really thought they had this one. I brought Zoe to the game. Was all excited. It was actually a good game. And then poof, gone. So, in honor of the Jets, Joe Douglas being fired, the whole thing starting over again. I shall be drinking. Oh, I cracked it. It's impossible. Angels and Demons cinnamon whiskey.
Ooh, that looks good.
I don't know. It's going to be bad. So
bottoms up.
Okay. It's okay.
All right. While
hold on.
I got to grab something 1 second.
What, are you not prepared? What the hell's wrong with you? Hey, everyone out there in podcast land, I'm vamping here. How are things going? Wildfires in New Jersey. And Alan's back.
You're absolutely ridiculous. Well,
how am I ridiculous?
Let's first start it off with Ravens lost to the Steelers.
To the Steelers.
As my obligatory, hey Steelers, here's to ya.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. Right at him. There it is.
That's terrible. I have been waiting to get into this. Zach, what's your policy on random people you meet giving you booze? Are you for it or against it?
Love it.
One of my patients that I finished working with weeks ago, they brew their own raspberry Everclear, which sounded absolutely amazing. The best part of this guy, who's a lovely Polish guy, is he calls everything a bottle. He goes, you want a bottle or two bottles?
I don't like it.
Well, it is product of Poland. 192 proof.
What?
Spiritus rectifus rectified spirit.
90 rectum, huh?
He told me it's basically Everclear with raspberry liqueur and some distilled water in it. So I've had this in my fridge ready to go.
Almost 100% alcohol, right? That's like.
And you know what he told me? He goes, hey, before you drink it, shake that bottle up a little bit before you do anything.
And give it a little shakeroo.
And I know you like props, and I have not only a shot glass, but a mini solo cup shot glass. Nothing? Did do anything for you.
Did something, a little something.
If I get roofied from this, somebody call my parents and tell them I love them.
No, because you told me to recant Mom's happy birthday. So to the rim.
I'm gonna spill this everywhere.
Oh yeah, down the hatch, baby.
There you go.
There you go.
Everything. There you go. Cheers.
Cheers. Oh my God! He's gonna throw up. He's not gonna make it. He's not gonna make it. He's not gonna make it. He's not gonna. Hair just regrew on his head. And you're welcome, Linda.
Oh my God, that's strong.
Okay, I have to clear.
They told me I finished working with this guy, and they're like, just anytime you want more, reach out to us. I think I'm deleting the number.
I think you shan't be reaching out.
That was brutal. All right, do beer stuff.
So it doesn't feel to me like in light of what happened, a beer kind of a week. So I found this piece of shit. Jets Uncorked. The Jets apparently years ago sent me wine. So I'm going to be drinking that. From the Jets back of the... How do you do? Here it is.
All right. I think this is my last pumpkin. And I was worried about this, but it's a Voodoo Ranger, which I know you've had before. Atomic Pumpkin Special Straw Stout with spicy release. It's only 6.4%. It's a New Belgium pumpkin from then. I'm excited to try it. It's a tiny can, which I thought is exactly what I need. Release a Kraken. You're such a fruit cup over
That's really, really bad.
Is it wine supposed to get better?
I don't know.
Do you also have a beer? What are you doing?
What am I doing? I'm making a calajute! The fuck do you think I'm doing? So
I didn't know where you were going with this.
I'm so excited. Now I got a full glass.
Oh my god. This is incredible.
That's incredible. It's so good. It's really good.
It was really good. So I was going to tell you
God,
more.
I'm so happy. I got a calajute. Where are you going?
My guy came in today, and
Genesis saved me some. She wants to try this whole concoction. That's why I had to clear the palate.
I told him all about the galajut and the conversation. I said, I told one of my friends who says we should open a bar and we should sell galajut. And he says, oh, I don't know how many you'll sell, but, and I'm going to butcher this. He goes, a bunch of Jeeps will get in there and definitely buy it. And I said, oh, what? He goes, is it Geep or Jeep? I don't know how to say it. He goes, yeah, a bunch of Geeps. I said, I'm really sorry. I don't know what you're trying to say. He goes, my fucking Uncle Tony with the belly, with the socks and the sandals, a Geep. You know what I mean?
I've heard Ginzo, but never a Geep.
So I now Google it, and I'm down a rabbit hole. I end up on a Wikipedia page of every ethnic slur you can think of. At one point, I'm just reading them out loud. Him and I are crying laughing at some of these. So finally, I had to see, like, if you go to Zips on Wikipedia,
That's something you can't say.
Well, can you not say any of these Italian ethnic slurs? The Dago, I had to look it up. Do you know what a Dago is?
Yes.
It's just short for somebody that's named Diego, which should be
more
of
a...
Yes.
It stands for day worker go home. Day go.
No, it's not. It's short for okay. Well, I looked this up, but when you get to Zips, Siggies, or Jeeps, and he goes on and on.
Must be close for gypsies.
He tells me all about this thing. So then I had to Google it, and it took a lot of looking up because what it actually is, it's a hybrid between a sheep and something. A sheep-goat hybrid is actually what it is. But when you want to use it as a slang, it is making fun of somebody named Geppetto.
Amazing.
A Geep. How you doing?
It's incredible. Oh, God.
It was on my list of talking about this. But, Zach, I really wanted to talk more about, is there any other slur in this world where him and I went back and forth with anything you could think of for an Italian? Not a single one was offensive. Not even one.
I mean, depends who's saying it.
Well, and how you say it. Of course, you don't go up
to the messenger, not the message. But, like, they don't love Whopper Guinea.
I couldn't go up to a black person, use the N-word, and be like, I love all the ninjas. You guys are my favorite. You can't say that. Where if you were talking to, you and I say guinea all the time. You just had a
guinea. No, we don't.
Really? A guinea tea? Better than wife beater.
Guinea tea is not bad. But
it's not. You can now try an N-word tea. Let me know how that goes. And what does that look like?
I mean, purple. I don't know.
Long and white is what the answer is.
Yeah, okay.
You've seen The Wire.
Yes.
Anyway, we were dying today.
Ron Katz is with me, and here's a calajute to you.
Episode.
By the way, the wine was absolutely awful. This makes it so much better. The guy knows what he's talking about.
I did have to correct. Really I did correct him today, and it wasn't the guy. Shout out to his dead father, I believe. It's not cream soda; it's regular soda. His father just liked cream soda, and that was his spin on the galajut. I was
going to say because we got cream soda,
right? But I specifically said you're never going to find this. If you end up at a restaurant and they can make you a galajut, it's going to be cola and wine, not cream soda.
So I've seen that. I was at my buddy's wedding, and he's married some Yugoslav, and while we were
way worse than a Jeep. Way worse.
That's it. So anyway, meanwhile, like all of the groomsmen back there, while we're like searching for real alcohol, we stole some bottles, but they're doing red wine and Diet Coke. Like, what are we doing here? I've never seen it before. It's a thing apparently.
Yeah, so you did know about this. You just never shared it with me.
Well, no, that was I jogged my memory. I've never heard of red wine and cream soda, and it's a lot better. Like, guy's a genius. He's living in 2065.
He's dead since 2018.
Well, he's still in 20. When we get to 2065, he'll be there. And here's one to you: hologram of him, full on college shoot.
Episode 256. Calling this one
Iron Mike.
Nice pause, because that's what it's supposed to be. It was the biggest thing probably in the last couple of months on TV. It was, dare I say, a spectacle. I wish he would just Iron Mike and not be Iron Mike anymore. What were your thoughts on Friday night?
It was awful. What do you throw? 12 punches, the whole thing? Like,
18.
What was the point? It was awful. It was so dull. 2-minute rounds I did not like.
It took 15 seconds. They came out and danced for 15 seconds at the beginning of every round.
The biggest star of it is the round card girl with the tits. She became a thing.
Huge.
Yeah, and she was impressive too. So she's going to be the big winner from this because everyone who watched it was a loser.
Now, I went to bed early on Friday, mainly because I was in bed at 5 o'clock because my son had given me some type of stomach thing. Now, with that, I wake up the next day. I know nothing about the results. I turn on Netflix, and the first thing I see is 4 hours and 50 minutes long. And I said, are you kidding me?
Now, I watched because it was on. I forgot her name because it reminded me of 3 times. The Irish boxer, that fight was good.
I don't know the Irish boxer.
She's tough. The undercard, the fight right before them was an Irish girl versus a Puerto Rican girl. She is the real thing. I can't say that.
Lady? I watched that one only because I wanted to see the cut open. Do you know the cut opening was a head collision? It wasn't even that good.
No, but she bled pretty well.
She did. It was pretty good. Just a little flappy.
Yeah.
Here's when I knew the night was going to be horrible. When I did get finally to Mauro Ranallo is there, who this guy is, I know from Bellator.
Katie Taylor. That's. By the way, why was Rosie Perez calling a fight?
And then when Rosie Perez comes out, which to her credit, she sounded like she knew what she was talking about.
Stuff. She wasn't bad.
But she wasn't good.
No, sometimes when you lose, you really win.
I've been waiting for it. Keep going.
Yeah, that's all I got. I mean, what do you want? Food start with the letter Q? I mean, she could have just done any of it. You're so stupid, Billy. Like, she could have done it all. What?
Billy Ho.
Yeah.
Tell me why I saw Mike Tyson's ass.
I mean,
what was up with that? What was he doing walking around in
a thong? I don't know.
Because my takeaways are, 1, Zach, I give you permission. Kick me in the dick if I ever try to watch another Jake Paul, Mike Tyson, either of them in anything. I give you permission. Fair?
Are you wearing that thong cup thing, or are you just...
Secondly, Mike Tyson at 58 still got an ass on him. Am I wrong?
I mean, it's better than my saggy white ass.
Terrible. Hey, Zach, be quirky, get jerky.
All right. Commercial plane had near miss with UFO near NY, Pentagon reveals. I mean, the Empire State close call was among 757 cases of unidentified anomalous phenomena. Phenomena. Yeah, there's UFOs out there. Look at this fucking thing.
Ufologist.
Exactly. So we're all over the ufologist. Internet, why isn't it working?
I'm not okay from that shot I had.
Yeah, you man up. Trump's former fixer Michael Cohen in screaming match with an exclusive Casa Cipriani club after wife was rudely insulted. Why do the rest of the article is meaningless? Why do people feel the need to just engage anybody? Like, okay, he's sitting there with his wife. Why the hell does another total stranger who's at 2 tables over need to yell at either of them? Like, what are you going to get out of that?
Would you recognize him? I wouldn't.
Yeah, 100% I would. But I wouldn't recognize his wife. But even if I did see the two of them, I wouldn't say anything. I wouldn't say hello. I wouldn't nod. I wouldn't scream obscenities at him. Why do people engage yelling at other strangers? Would you yell at him?
I wouldn't know who he is. People yell at strangers to get a reaction, and somebody like Michael Cohen, who has had his balls cut off for the last how many years, it's the same with Will Smith and Jada Pinkett. You're just trying to look good in front of people. Certainly, your wife. Nobody wants to be a bitch in front of your wife.
No, I don't understand why he's defending her. Why do you yell at strangers? Not him. Why would I yell at him? Hey, Michael Cohen, a wife, you fucking asshole. Why would I do that? Nobody does that. Idiots.
You're, for as loud, as arrogant, and obnoxious as you are, people do that, and you're just not one of them.
I don't like it.
People do it.
Here's what the astronauts stranded on the ISS are eating each day as health concerns mount. Apparently, it's just like powdered milk, pizza, shrimp cocktails, and roast chicken, but they're not getting any fruits and vegetables, so they're withering away. Why can't we get food to them? How hard can this pot? We got them up there.
If they can vote, we can send them a PBJ.
Yeah, but like for real, we got them up there. So clearly we know how to get there. Why can't we just get there with food, with 2 extra seats, feed them, fly them home? This cannot be so hard.
I don't know. Send Elon.
I think we talked about this. Maybe we didn't. The BYU quarterback, do you know about this guy?
He's Jewish. And then wait, this is the guy that is sitting out because he wants to get paid to go somewhere else and nobody's paying him or something?
He's David Green, essentially.
I don't know who that is.
Cowards!
Oh.
Jewish quarterback. So anyway, he's got merch, and it's good. BY Jew? It looks like by Jew, but it's BY Jew, and there's a ton of it.
You won't buy that shirt for me for next week?
Maybe. And his name is Jake Retzlaff. There's like 6 Jews in the entire school. Slay. Just all these Mormon girls feeling for his horns and going to town. His merch is quite good. Rory McIlroy. You hear about his hot water?
No, but you blew right past this. Go on. You just keep talking. I'll stay here. No, by the way, I'm hurting right now. Like, I legit might need to sit down.
Yeah, from that shot, it was real good. Apparently, Rory McIlroy cheated on his wife and then used Amanda Balionis, the hot golf announcer, as a beard because he's cheating on his wife with his male caddy. According to Anthony Kim, if you gay, you gay, tweeted Anthony Kim, ex-golfer, at him during cheating fiasco with his male caddy. I mean, it's the goods.
So it's just cheese his beard and he just wants to get his nookies, right? That's not so bad. Good for him.
The caddy, yeah.
They're friends. They look better. Okay.
Anyway,
I promised myself once I became a doctor, I would upgrade from whoever I was dating.
Seinfeld.
Obviously.
I know how to do math. New Red Lobster CEO says endless shrimp deal is not coming back.
Yeah, you can thank my brother-in-law.
What did he do?
He ate.
Which brother-in-law?
My side.
Oh, it wasn't Go Dogs. Just going to town on the shrimp platter. Wait, so how much shrimp can that guy eat?
Oh, he ate half a Red Lobster. It's now just it lobster. He ate them, dude. They couldn't afford to light up the lobster part of the sign after he left.
Why? Why did he have to eat so much shrimp?
Because he was feeling Trekkie that day.
Apparently. Apparently, you're also, and this is for him to write down, your fat cells can remember being overweight. New study explains why yo-yo dieting is so common. Pepperidge Farm remembers, apparently. Because, apparently your fat cells remember and certainly enjoy being fat. So, like, they'll store it again. The science is from Zurich. Who gives a shit? Yeah, fat cells remember you being fat, so they'll judge your ass.
I have a Pepperidge Farm story.
Go.
My Spanish teacher in high school, who was, 14 at this point, so just hormones raging, was a 13. She realistically was probably like a 7.
Wow,
maybe a 6, but also she spoke Spanish. Apparently she was married to some way older guy who was very high up at Pepperidge Farms.
Wow.
Yeah.
Smoke show, huh? I've heard many hot teachers.
I was 14. Do you know what a smoke show was?
Anyone shows up. Another one in the room with you. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Are you talking to me right now? Smoke show.
Yeah. Fake heiress Anna Delvey takes legal action against Walmart for profiting off her alias because she trademarked it. What the hell merch is Walmart selling of hers? Well, yeah, exactly. So, are they selling ankle bracelets? Like, what could they possibly sell from the Anna Delvey collection?
I've seen 0 seconds of that whole thing. 0.
Oh, it was excellent.
I know.
It was good. And it
I
has
laugh
what's her
at
face.
you.
It has what's her face. I don't know shit about fuck.
I don't know
what
fuck about
the
shit. Yeah.
yeah.
Langerhorn. Rita.
Yeah, that
Rita,
her.
what's her face? Yeah.
She's from the Bronx. She's in Riverdale. She's a J.
I
Married
know.
to like whatever. Anyway, man surrenders nearly 1,000 rodents as quote enormous problem for the shelter. Now they don't know what to do with them. He's like, there's a shelter in New Hampshire, and it's
balls.
quote,
Start cooking them.
yeah. So it's quote crippling. He's given so many away. They don't know what to do with it.
You reading enormous, you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
It's hyphen so that it's like a thing.
All right.
No, it's a rodent thing, idiot.
I know exactly what we're talking about. It was just the pun that just ugh.
So all right, well it's their pun, not mine. Anyway, it's a problem with this, and it's quote crippling. NYC pastor who let Sabrina Carpenter film racy video in church and transferred $1.9 million in parish money is being demoted. He got
given or got? Did he get paid or paid out?
He got paid, and then he's demoted. Look who he's hanging out with. Eric Adams. You guessed it. Eric Adams. So Monsignor
demoted? All they care about in the church is money.
Yeah, Monsignor Jamie Gigliotelio.
A Jeep?
Galashoot. Jamie Galashoot. Yeah, the guy just lost a probe into the Monsignor, and apparently he mishandled the funds, which means the church didn't get them. Yeah,
that means he took like a little tithe for himself, right?
I think he took a lot for himself.
Okay.
And the story of the week, and I know you've all been following it. Family Matters star Jaleel White was told to wear looser jeans to hide Steve Urkel's bulge in later seasons. I mean, Urkel's got just a lasso down there.
We've talked about this on the pod. You know he has a strain of his own Ookie Nookie that's called Purple Urkel?
That's incredible.
Nah.
So, like, he was definitely slaying. I mean, just killing it. You think him and Laura Winslow got it on in real life? She should have been so lucky.
Do you remember when they wrote out the middle daughter and then she did porn?
Yeah. Didn't you like Laura Winslow? Wasn't that like one of your things?
No. I was an Aunt Rachel person, if anything.
Yeah.
I told you, dude. My steak medium rare. What are we doing?
Yellow. All right. Well, that's what I got. Urkel's bulge.
Hey Zach, what you watching?
So I sort of, as I was flipping through and saw the new Star Wars, I realized we do need to get back to Shrinking with Harrison Ford. We've been
watching it too.
Good or not good? I haven't started it yet. So
my problem with the show is it's such a sitcom in that there was an episode recently. We're on like 3 or 4. I just hit pause and I just stopped and went, okay, this scene, the neighbor, somebody he works with, the daughter who, like, you can just take, there's 9 people in the cast, and any scene is 4 random ones in a room. It is the most unrealistic show in the world.
Yeah, it's Three's Company. Something happens and Mr. Furley comes in. There's a misunderstanding. And
no, but I'm saying that the relationships between the people in this show has gotten to the point that it's a person who knows a person who drove somebody to work, and then they start hooking up, and then it's so insane. You think
those are more unrealistic than the show that I'm watching in the middle? I have worked in several offices, mostly in the real estate arena, but I have never been in an office that even comes close to what's going on in the industry. And I'm not even up to your season 3 yet. They show a money shot in the middle of season 2. Yeah. I'm stunned.
DVD.
Jaws dropped when I saw that right on her chest. But that said, I don't really know anyone who's ever stripped at work. And if they do, they probably marry the person later. Everybody's in bed with everybody. Ages, races, it doesn't matter. It is all out the door. If 2 people show up to the same place, they're fucking. That's industry. The show is insane. I don't even know what it's about half the time. They're not going to work half the time.
It's funny because I had 2 conversations about industry in the last week. One of them is with a friend, I won't say, who works in the industry type of thing.
Hey, Ron Katz wants us to watch Matlock, like the new one with with Kathy Bates. Or it could be Matlock. It is Ron Katz. The original.
So
same guy. Long song, same guy.
I know what I was doing. Okay. I asked my friend who works in an industry type of thing. I said, how close is that to being the real thing? He replies, as close as Suits is to being a lawyer. Not at all.
Yeah.
I said, but you're telling me these people, he cuts me off and goes, they all would have been fired 20 times before the end of the first season. He goes,
Dallas Josh said that?
I'm not saying who said
what about it. I know who it is.
And then
he'll give you chicken. He owes you chicken.
He does owe me chicken.
He owes you chicken.
Last night at dinner, I'm with my buddy Seth, Chicago Seth. Give me a glass for my sour beer, a Gosa. And he starts saying how he just finished Industry. And I go, here's my problem with Industry. Now I'm just repeating your boy Van Lathan. There's no good people in this show, and there's no plot. No. Simple as there's literally you're rooting for nobody, and there's no plot. That's why the show sucks. By the way, I love it, and I'll watch it forever. But you can't recommend that show. It's not good enough. It's not.
I like the Asian guy from Rush Hour.
Wait, from Sopranos, the main guy, one of the main guys.
Yeah, the boss. He was the kid in Rush Hour, the first one.
He was in Sopranos. He was with Corrado in the insane asylum. Remember they ran the poker game? Same guy.
I see him as the "You're bleeding" from Rush Hour.
Big part in Lost too. He had a not one of the main people, but he played a role in several seasons. So so Industry people be fucking. There you go.
People be fucking,
and you're not up to that.
No, I'm not up to your season yet because I think we're gonna pause after this one. We gather ourselves, or we'll go to Shrinking or something, and we still have to finish up Yellowstone, which
I'm one behind. I can't get to it.
I get it. What are you watching? Go on.
All the same stuff, but my wife is possibly going to be working on a horror-related something. I don't even know what I'm allowed to say about the show, but right now she's binging things in the space which is related. I've been overlooking where I'm doing work. I'm doing a million things. She just binged It Part 1 and Part 2, the most recent ones.
That's the real one.
So I thought
with no Tim Curry, what's the point?
I was laughing more than being scared. I thought these things were so goddamn ridiculous. They're comedies as far as I'm concerned. I didn't watch them when they came out, and the parts I saw, I'm just going, is Jessica Chastain getting naked? This is ridiculous.
Is she?
No. Well,
what's the point? Yeah, all right.
What hair? Santa's got to feed his reindeer.
Exactly. I'll even take Ron Howard's kid who looks just like her. That whatever. Just.
That's not the same person.
Show me some pale skin.
Zach, I have a hip anonymous, which.
So that's what you're watching is horror movies? Why don't you watch any good ones like from the 80s, like Freddy Krueger?
She's doing it's whatever she's watching and I just overlook. I don't do horror, but I think clown stuff is funny. Like I just laugh at it. I don't get it at all. I don't get it.
Clowns. I don't.
Oh, you don't like clowns. So for
me, I'm not afraid of them. Like I just don't get them. I think it's a stupid thing. I don't get it as a medium. I don't get it as an art.
Don't get it.
I don't love mimes.
My hip anonymous, I hope you didn't have to be there. It made me laugh. When I work with patients and they have a aide who's from the islands, and their accent just always does it for me. So I go see a guy early, one of these past days. It's 9 a.m. He's laying in bed, having the time of his life. The guy's pretty with it. She's walking around, cleaning the bathroom, spraying here, spraying there, goes into her room, comes out, and I can now put together that this guy blew up the bathroom. That was what happened. And her job is to clean it and make it smell good. And she's cleaning, and she's cleaning, and she's cleaning, and then she goes out to throw the trash away, comes back into the room and goes, still smell like shit in here.
Amazing.
I couldn't breathe.
Because they cut right to it. They don't sugarcoat any.
She was scrubbing this apartment. It's a 1-bedroom apartment. She's scrubbing it. It still smell like shit.
How do they make? That's a tough job. Wouldn't you make better money working at like Dwayne Reed and not having to do that? Apparently, they make terrible money.
So they make the same amount, but it's cash under the table. You didn't hear that from me. So, and you're getting paid usually where they provide them with, like this lady took my guy to a wedding last week. I saw she was getting annihilated on the dance floor. She had a great time.
Yeah, I'm sure she did. A couple of gala shoots later, let's go.
Pishadoo of the week. I got 8 candidates, maybe a bonus one if you don't like anything good here. All right. Please don't pick this. This is my first one. I don't want you to pick this for the 3rd week in a row, but I also think it might win. Somebody near and dear to me had a Friendsgiving at their house. Essentially, it was a potluck where they invited all their friends' kids. You know what a potluck is. People make stuff. People bring stuff. She then posted pictures online. There's lots of pictures. There's food. There's all this stuff to be drink. And then you can't help, and Julie even pointed out, somebody brought Little Caesar's pizza to a potluck.
Amazing. I love this guy.
A potluck? That's the same thing as like bringing frozen mozzarella sticks and going.
Look, George Costanza said, "If I bring ring dings and Pepsi, I'm the hit of the party."
It's a potluck, and somebody showed up with Little Caesar's pizza, a large Little Caesar's pizza. I was like, "Here, you're in."
Guy. Yeah,
you know, I'm talking about my sister's party, right?
No invite.
I actually got one, but I had to force it. Don't ask why. I see tons of videos online of people.
So who brought the Little Caesars?
I have no idea. I didn't want to ask because.
The first question. Own it. Let's see a show of hands.
I've seen a decent amount of videos online of people playing musical chairs. I hate musical chairs. It's always something where, one, I'm either winning and getting hurt or not winning.
It's also boring and exhausting.
I don't get it.
It goes too long.
Do you know what I see a lot of people doing when they play musical chairs? Is the music stops. If you're behind the chair, they rip the chair out. The guy who goes to sits in it goes flying. And then they grab the chair, pull it, sit, I win. And I'm going, no, you lose. You cheated. That's not
cheating.
How that works.
You're sitting in a chair?
You can't touch the chair.
Yeah, why not?
So you're saying, cool, we're playing musical chairs. I just grab the chair and run.
When the music stops, you better be sitting in a fucking chair. If you're in a chair, he knocks you out, that's cheating. If not, and the chair is open, it's any man's game.
You know what? Next time we play musical chairs, I'm going to take the chair and, like the Ultimate Warrior, just hit you over the head with it.
Crack you. But if you break the chair, we both lose.
Okay, so I'll make sure the chair doesn't break.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
I watched zero college football, but I did see a clip this past weekend of the Purdue Boilermakers game. Shout out Big Mike. That the asshole who did the end zone painted the whole thing black, including the out of bounds. So you have just a single orange cone. The guy is in 10 feet out of bounds and thinks he's catching a touchdown. It's like, the cone was back that way, dude.
Speaking of college, I watched only a few minutes of the pregame with the Pat McAfee kick thing. Mm-hmm. Some girl got picked, ceded her pick to some guy who makes the field goal by a mile. The Jets should sign this guy. And they won like $200,000.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Good for her.
Did you see the pic that went viral of Elon, RFK, I think it was Trump Jr. and Trump eating on a private jet, the McDonald's? I zoomed in. Did you see what those fat fucks were eating? Have you ever gone to McDonald's and been like, I'm going to get a 10-piece nugget, a double quarter pounder, and a large fry?
Yeah, they had like 2 meals each, or a meal and a half each. And RFK complained he doesn't like the quality of the food on Air Force One these days.
But look, most people are making it out that RFK is the health administrator and this isn't healthy. My problem is, dude, I can eat McDonald's with the best of them. I have never gotten 2 meals. Ever.
Never. I've never had seconds.
Never.
I've never wanted seconds. I've never been happy with myself at the firsts. just not happy.
All right, you might have to help me out. This was
genius, by the way.
This was last week, and I forgot to bring it up, but it was probably one of my favorite stories ever. But I'm going to go ahead and defer just because it didn't qualify. Now, where is Equatorial Guinea?
Well, didn't we just say you can't say that word?
Okay. No. Well, this gentleman right here.
Okay.
Public official arrested and exposed in over, wait for it, 400 sex tapes with president's sister and other high-profile women.
In Equatorial Guinea?
You ready for my real take on this?
Yeah.
You are the Pishadoo if you leave your woman in a room with this guy.
Yeah.
400. This guy's number has to be 5 digits? Come on.
Yeah, it's insane.
And the fact that you leave a
5 digits,
woman
10,000. That's Will Chamberlain.
This guy has 400 sex tapes with women who are high profile. That he sits, he talks. Next thing you know, oh, my pearls.
So he's that smooth?
He does no hair, none.
He's like a seal, like smooth from the eyebrows down. But anyway, so. Well, who is he? He's the president of Equatorial Guinea. He's like on the equator in Africa.
He's an official. I don't know, dude.
Where does he go? Like, how is he so?
I told you everything I know. I'm just wanted to talk about the story. That is really impressive.
Yeah, no, he's a coxman.
How do you do that? You just show up in a picture like, hey, you me?
He's just got to be monstrous. Just like the minute the door closes, he just takes it out. He just goes for it.
Okay. Bronze medal. I'm not saying Harriet Tubman didn't do amazing things. Did you see that they have awarded her a general? What did you say? She has now been awarded the title of general in the Army.
Posthumously?
Posthumously, yes. For everything that she did.
General?
General.
I don't love that. You know what they did? They also did the same thing with Colonel Charles Young, that shitty field we used to play on. General. Posthumous.
I do remember the field. I don't know what he did.
No one does.
My point is I'm not saying she doesn't deserve some recognition, and I understand everything, but if you're a general in the Army, are you not like
You're pretty pissed. You're pretty pissed. Like, they could have made her a lieutenant. Just call it a day. She'll never know.
Give her a silver star or something, or a gold. Give her a gold glove. Honestly,
I think Andrew Jones has something to say about that.
I cannot believe they made a general. That is so high. What is that, like 4 from the top?
This is the top.
Well, commander-in-chief is number 1.
Total. I think the top of the military. Yeah, that's as high as it gets, general.
I thought that was a lot. A lot.
Yeah. Well, so you get money for that? What's the point of making them
recognition? I don't know.
Okay. And Amanda, apparently, as I'm reading these now, stripped her hubby at work. So cool. Industry. Samantha.
I know what you're talking about. All right. Yeah. Fanatics has gone out and put out all their memorabilia, their merchandise. Congratulations to the LA Dodgers. They won the World Series. Fanatics is selling a shirt, LA Dodgers World Series, and it has every single player's signature on the shirt. Do you know whose signatures are on the shirt? The 2023 champion Texas Rangers.
That's amazing. Those are the shirts that usually go to Equatorial Guinea.
No, not the team that lost. It was they just changed out everything but left the signatures from the previous
year.
Usually
when they fuck it up, they send it to like Africa, and it's a whole thing. That's insane.
Oh man, I saw that. I was like, how do you make that mistake?
That's an excellent shirt to have, though.
It's very fun. You can't even see the signatures. It doesn't even matter.
No, it doesn't.
But the worst thing that I saw this past week, call it a hack, if you will. Hey, on the go. Hey, are you hungry? Carry bottled water and instant mashed potatoes, and you'll always have a meal. The guy takes a swig of the water, mashed potatoes, cap, shakes it up. He then squirts out. It looks like Dookie coming out of this bottle, just like plopping into his mouth. And the guy goes, look at that, satiated. My biggest issue
That's an Irish Kellership.
It was of Jameson.
Now you're talking.
The biggest problem with this thing, Zach, is it's just cold mashed potatoes. That's terrible.
So the heat of the potato is your biggest problem with this whole thing?
If at least the water was warm, it'd be like, warm mashed potatoes? That doesn't sound terrible. Have you ever been on a flight? I actually had this conversation yesterday. Have you ever brought food on a flight that you don't really love, but you know, like, well, 3 hours in, I'm going to be pretty hungry, so I'm going to eat it. It doesn't matter.
No, I don't bring food on flights.
What do you eat?
Whatever they have.
McDonald's?
No, I eat whatever they give me or I don't eat.
Oh, my God.
I don't want to have any add-ons on this flight. I'm not bringing a sandwich in. I'm not bringing a... I'll eat ahead of time. Yeah, like me and Zoe walk in with a sub. Yeah.
A 6 foot something.
There's always at the other end.
I would imagine Jenna and Zoe hanging from the middle.
Zoe's got it. Just holding her end up.
Potluck, Little Caesars, and there was Buffalo Wild Wings too. You have musical chairs. You grab the chairs. Purdue, the grounds crew painted everything black. The inside, the outside, the out of bounds. RFK, McDonald's picture. Equatorial Guinea official. Equatorial Guinea official for slang. Absolutely slang. Harriet Tubman awarded general. Fanatics Dodger t-shirt and mashed potatoes on the go. Who's the Pishadoo of the week?
I think it's the end zone and actually no, it's Harriet Tubman, but I don't want to be so brazen to say that she shouldn't deserve everything. So it's Purdue. It's Purdue.
Booze Your Daddy, the podcast. Thanks for listening to tonight's episode. We had fun. We're going to keep doing this. Hey, Zach, this episode comes out Saturday, the 23rd. Anything you want to say to me ahead of Monday?
No. Facebook will tell me when your birthday is, and then I will give you an HPD or HPV, whatever I give you.
We out.
Leave out.